In the digital age, data is the lifeblood of modern government, but what happens if it falls into the wrong hands? Ransomware is a relentless threat costing governments millions of dollars, disrupting essential services, and jeopardizing sensitive information. The impact of the attacks goes far beyond financial loss, affecting public safety, trust in government, and the ability to deliver vital services. At GovernmentTechnology, we crunched the latest data and discovered a troubling trend. While the number of ransomware attacks remains steady, the cost of recovery is skyrocketing. Government agencies are prime targets. So how are governments fighting back? We asked a question to state CIOs at a recent NASCIO conference. What is it going to take to turn the tide against ransomware? Their answers revealed a multifaceted approach.
We protect ourselves most effectively by dealing with the basics, making sure we have good multi-factor authentication, making sure that we have good training for our employees on how to avoid phishing campaigns.
Many CIOs stressed the importance of prevention, highlighting the critical role of education and empowering employees and the public to recognize and avoid the sneaky tactics used by cybercriminals.
Our greatest risk still remains to be those who click when they shouldn't, but we do require mandatory training for our employees, and we have about a 96% completion rate, which is pretty high.
Collaboration emerged as another key theme. CIOs stressed the need for strong partnerships between state and local governments, recognizing that cyber attacks often target the most vulnerable.
It's attack after attack on the municipalities, and the attackers know this. Because if you think about it, like, they don't have the resources, they don't have the software, they don't have the teams to actually deal with ransomware attacks. And so we are actively working for state government to provide state government assistance for municipalities to really arm them, provide them the needed software that they need, the needed training that they need, and also provide them our SOC, our Security Operations Center. So in the event of a cyber incident, they have somebody to call outside of just sort of panicking and ending down a road where bad outcomes happen.
Data protection was another key theme. CIOs say it's important to have robust backup and recovery strategies, but it's also important to ensure proper data retention policies.
It's not okay if 99% of the chain is really strong, but this one area is really weak. And so the way we look at that is, what's the sensitivity of the data itself? So is it private? Is it restricted? Is it sensitive? And what's the combination of that sensitivity of the data, the vulnerability of the data itself, with the group that owns that data?
And paying for all of this remains a critical challenge. CIOs acknowledge that difficult conversations around funding need to happen to ensure that cybersecurity remains a priority.
It's going to take a good hard look on how we invest in cybersecurity and how we look at stuff like air-gapped backups. And unfortunately, that's an uncomfortable conversation a lot of times. Our greatest asset is the data that constituents trust us to maintain for them, and we need to protect that.
The battle against ransomware is far from over. As cybercriminals continue to evolve their tactics, governments must remain vigilant and adapt their defenses. In our latest issue of GovernmentTechnology magazine, we delve deeper into this complex issue, tackling the controversial question: should agencies pay the ransom? Visit govtech.com to read the full issue and stay informed about the latest developments in the fight against ransomware.